Yay! The spiffy intro. I do like it so much better.
It's something, right?
Hey, better than I could do. Hello, everyone. It is Thursday,
Cheers
and
to
we
that.
are back. Yeah,
Another I feel like every day is a Thursday. The time's going by so quick.
dude. Yeah,
I just talked to you guys yesterday on this. Yeah.
right. That
It's
was
really
yesterday,
weird.
right? Jeez. And today's like the double live for Josh and I.
Yeah, I saw you did one earlier.
Oh yeah, I happen to see like
Snuck in a
2 minutes of
midday.
that.
I want to do more of those because I think they're kind of fun. But I feel like every time we do a live on an auction, the auction goes terribly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like, what's going on with that?
That
I can't believe that.
that was horrible result for that.
I mean,
car.
that's not reflective of the current market, is it?
No, and that's the problem with auctions, right? Like, because you have those
Yeah.
like two
up,
extremes.
Fred?
You have the absolutely no one bid on it extreme, and then you have like, oh, everyone just happened to bid on that car and it went way more than it should have, and so
Yeah.
then everyone stakes the price and says that's what my car's worth, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, that's not how this works.
Maybe you can use as a reference point for the 430 people that think their car's worth 200 still.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. We need to twist it around since they're always using the high cars to be like, this is how much my car's worth when they're selling it to us. We'll
Yeah.
start using that car as be like, look, this car didn't even get to $100,000.
Yeah. No one wants it for 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us your
Crazy.
money. Like, give us the car cheap. God.
What's up, Fred?
Hey, Fred.
Yes. Josh's.
Everyone loves the 356.
That thing's
It's
badass.
so cool.
How
It is-
hard was it
oh,
to
shit, I
find
didn't
the
watch that.
decals and stuff?
It was actually really easy. I reached out to the company that built the car and I bought them from them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They make reproductions, like 1-to-1 reproductions of the originals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they
Like
were
it.
cheap. Like the Speedster badges for the side, I think were like $15 or something. Like they were not expensive at all.
Wow.
I put new headlights in because the headlights were faded, and I think those were like $40 a piece.
What would that car go for? I didn't watch the video, but what are you selling it for, and what would that car go for? A non-replica.
Well, I'm not selling it right now. I mean,
Okay.
I would sell it for the right number, of course, but brand new, they're about 65 grand.
These replica,
Hmm.
That's really not bad.
and then what are the originals? Like at least $1 million.
No, they're not that much,
Quarter
but they're
million.
like 300,000 to 500,000 depending.
Okay.
Yeah. The auction world is catching up with Facebook and Auto Trader. I guess. I don't know. Porsche never put Porsche on the front of the 356.
I don't know about that.
I don't know enough about those cars to know anything.
I saw several original ones in Monterey, and they had it on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe on the regular 356 they didn't, but on the Speedster I think they did.
Could it be like a market thing too? Like, Hughes in Canada, they didn't do that in Canada, but they did in the US or something?
Maybe, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know. Some expert want to chime in here? Well, yeah, it has been another week. We sold this S2000 today.
Yay.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I listed it yesterday midday, and by this morning I had 5 people that wanted to come see it either today, tomorrow, or Saturday. And so it was one of those where it was kind of like whoever's going to come first gets it, or whoever puts a deposit down first gets it. And so finally this dude, he drove down from Houston. He sent us a message, was like, I want it, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, can I give you a deposit? And so he was like, I'm driving down. I'll see you guys at like
Nice.
1:30, 2 o'clock or whatever. And he showed up and bought it. So
Sweet.
I mean, I feel like those are pretty hot cars. If you get them at the right price, people scoop them up, right, Josh?
I think we underpriced it.
I mean, I told Dan from the beginning this car's going to sell really quick. He was like, maybe, I don't know. I was like, dude, just watch. Just watch. They're so hard to find a stock one that isn't all jacked up.
Yeah.
Even with
It
that
was-
many miles on it, people don't care about the miles.
Well, especially a Honda. Why would you? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, it did have like, it had a pretty good amount of wear, but it was priced appropriately.
Cleaned it up and made it nice, though.
Yeah.
Yep. So I feel like, okay, maybe we need to scour the bowels of the internet for more unmolested S2000s. That's the problem, is they're all messed with.
Yeah.
It's like STIs, right? Or GTRs or Supras, like
Yeah.
Mark IV Supras. Like they're all modified. There's no such thing as a stock one. So it's just like, you could never find them. But crappy part is like I filmed the review of that car and it hasn't even come out yet.
That's okay.
I haven't even
For
edited
sale,
it
get
yet,
it here.
right? So now I gotta edit the video for the car that we no longer even have. It's like, oh
Yeah.
boy.
This car's already sold. You're too late.
Yeah, I might have to like interject some like text on it, be like,
That's
just kidding.
Yeah.
not a bad thing. You want them selling before the videos come out.
Yeah,
Not a problem.
yeah. So, geez, yeah. And the number of messages I got, it was crazy.
Hmm.
In the 24-ish hours I had it listed, it had, I think, 4,000 views already.
Dang.
Yeah, it was nuts. So, yeah. What else is going on? Let's see here. Oh, we found out. So they started construction on the bypass road that's going right by our shop, and we talked to some of the construction guys today. It turns out they are not connecting it to our road,
Oh.
which kind of sucks because we were kind of hopeful that they would connect it so that like trucks could get through.
Well, we're still going to have a discussion with them about doing that.
Well, we
Maybe
gotta
it's
talk
not
about
possible,
zoning.
but yeah.
There's got to be a feeder road because that's gonna be a big bypass, right, or something.
So it turns out that one is not. They're doing it
Oh.
in stages. The eventual plan is for it to loop all the way from 29, connect to this section that they're building, and then it loops all the way back around to 29 again by the Liberty Hill High School. So they're building it in stages or something like that. And this was the first stage. I was like researching this because I was like, okay, what's going on? They drafted plans for this initially in 2009.
Oh, jeez.
That's how long bureaucracy takes to make a road happen.
I mean, that sounds about right. They're finally, that bond that passed for roads this last year, they're finally apparently gonna finish my neighborhood.
Oh,
So I can get to 1431. But that's
Oh.
all been designed since like 2009. So.
yeah, it's so stupid. So the only nice thing was talking to those guys, we could finally see where exactly the road is. It's gonna be like 300 feet away from our shop, and it's not gonna connect to our road. It's like stupid frustrating. It's like, really? So
Yeah.
yeah, well, it is what it is.
And the construction equipment is destroying our road even more, and I don't think they're going to fix it.
Mm-mm.
That's the
Which
hard
is
part.
kind of that's kind of crappy of them.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
unincorporated, right? So you got to go to the county, not the city.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it was the city, I think we could probably get something to happen.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we're a business in your city. We drive tax revenue. Help us out. But it's the county, so they're gonna be like, you're a tiny little business in a dead end street. No,
Yeah.
we don't care about that.
But we make dreams come true.
Yeah. You got to show them how much tax revenue you're giving back to the.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Like, we're only
It's a
selling
lot. It's a
$100,000
lot more.
cars.
It's a lot more than probably any business in town.
Yeah. No shit.
right. We'll see. Yeah, well, they drove that excavator down the road. Like they unloaded it at the entrance to the road and drove it all the way down our road. And we were talking to I'm talking to these road guys. Turns out that it wasn't even for the road. So there's two construction projects going on at the same time. One, they're making this bypass road, and that's one company with one contract, and
Oh,
it's
no.
a different contractor. Then there's another company with a different contract, and they're building a lift station. And so, and it's like it's at the same spot. Like,
Yep.
and so I'm like, so they were like, oh, that excavator wasn't ours. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, that's the other company. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, they're doing a lift station. That's not us. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Because he was like, yeah, we would never have done that. That's like totally not cool to drive it's a 70-ton
Yeah.
excavator. 70.
Jeez.
They were like, dude, that's a big excavator. We're like, yeah, I know. I saw it driving down the road going clank, 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 clank.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Tell them you're building a strip joint next door. That's how this is all conservative America, man. That's how you end up losing your property.
Yeah. I would say gun store, not a strip joint in Texas.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Dude, that's what we could do. I could talk to Chris.
Oh, yeah.
We could have him put some of his gun stuff in our shop, and presto, instant tax dollars. It'll build the road. It'll be paved in gold.
Yeah, I love
We'll
it.
have, like diamond plated like house numbers and stuff. It'll be amazing.
They did say they're building a cul-de-sac.
Oh,
Hopefully it's
cool.
big enough for cars to turn around.
Yeah.
And since there's nobody down there, you know what a cul-de-sac means,
dude.
right?
It's
Your
gonna
own
be,
private burn pit.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be littered with tire marks.
It's a donut. It's a donut.
It's a box of donuts.
Yep.
Dude, the excavator did collapse the road in certain spots. Like you can see where its tank treads like dug into the
Yeah.
asphalt and just ripped it up. So
Wow.
I'm kind of I need to reach out to. I already sent. I actually called them and left a voicemail. Of course, you know they don't want to talk to me, so I'm gonna have to call them again and bitch. Because, like, if that road gets messed up too much, we're gonna have a hell of a time getting some of these supercars in and out.
Yep.
It's already pretty bad.
Thankfully, none of them scrape really,
Yeah.
but
You just gotta go slow. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure it's worse now. I haven't been up there in a couple weeks, but
it's about the same, other than the tank tread tracks on the sides. What sucks though is it's just totally dirt now, like
Oh.
because so many construction trucks have gone up and down the road, and it just saturated the entire road in dirt.
Yep.
So what's really gonna suck is when it's like a hard rain. It's gonna just be just caked in mud. So
joy.
I can't wait. I wonder if we can bitch about that if they saturate the road in mud, because like construction is required to clean up after itself.
Yeah. But have you filed a road thing on the county's website yet?
A road thing, like
You
what?
can file like, hey, this road's messed up.
Oh, well, no, I need to though.
Everyone
Yeah,
needs to go in and file that
Yeah, file
right.
incidences on the county
after hitting the
website.
like button.
Everyone go to Williamson County,
Hit the like button.
file an incident about Stubblefield Lane.
Yep. How terrible it is. How you pop tires and need an alignment. And
Dude, there's some sketchy sections.
there's
but
some
whatever.
sketchy sections.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, enough of that. I'm sure that was super awesome. Take lots of photos. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good idea.
You can add photos to those.
What I don't like also is sometimes the trucks will use our driveway to like turn around and stuff. It's like, dudes, come on. Like your heavy ass giant truck just tore the crap out of my asphalt that I spent $45,000 on last year.
Yep.
It's like, damn it. I was hoping they might widen our road and then eminent domain the first like 10 feet of my property. And I'd be like
Then we
one of
can-
those crotchety assholes who'd be like, I ain't selling for nothing. You got to take it away from me, America.
And then they'll have to offer us a shitload of money for it, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna go.
Yeah. Now you're thinking.
Put up a rope, put up some spikes, man.
There you go.
Put orange cones in
Oh,
front.
that's so passive aggressive.
Not fair yet.
Seen the people that do that at their driveways, it's like, oh,
No, we're gonna
come
get
on.
red cones and put Cavalinos on them and put those.
Nice. There you go.
They'd be so confused.
The temple next door, they put like caution tape across like their
Oh, they
property.
got caution
Oh,
tape
God.
happy. Their whole
Oh, dude, it's
driveway
everywhere.
is like it's everywhere.
It looks terrible. It's like confetti.
Oh
It's
my god.
so bad. It looks so bad. Oh man. Yes. We have the most fascinating neighbor situation. Here's the good news, right? We literally have basically one neighbor. I mean, because the guy across the street whose property they're building the road through, we've met him once or twice, and like, whatever. He seems fine. But then the actual neighbor that we see regularly is the guy who runs the temple, and it's like,
What kind of temple is it?
it is a Murugan?
It's a Hindu temple.
Yeah, it's a Hindu temple.
That's right to your left if you're looking out at the street.
If you're at the building looking towards the street, it'd be to the left, yes.
It's like behind though, right? Like the
No,
driveway's right there, but
It's kind of, well, yeah, his like actual building is behind us
Hmm.
to the left.
Okay.
But like his driveway is just to our left. It's on the other side of the stream. What's really weird though is the stream, if you look at the survey, the stream is our property. Like almost entirely.
that's cool.
So like I was looking where our property goes to. It goes way further
Yeah.
that direction than you
It
think.
goes pretty much all the way to the driveway.
It's like literally
The
like
Hindu
5 feet
driveway.
from his driveway.
Oh wow.
Have we told anybody about the? I call him the temple master, but I don't know what a name is for like a
Yeah,
priest of
I
a
don't know.
Hindu.
I don't know what he is.
But this dude, he's been to our shop probably 10 times now, and we'll just be sitting there doing our thing. I'll be on the computer, Dan will be doing, and then all of a sudden this dude walks in, and
He just busts in.
he's wearing like the full Hindu uniform, like the dot on his forehead, like decked out, and he just walks in and he just goes like this.
He doesn't speak English.
He doesn't speak any English. He just looks around, and then he'll like grab a broom and start sweeping, or like
That's amazing.
he'll go open a car up, or he'll like pick up a cloth and start wiping a car, and we're like, no, we're good. We don't need any help. And one day he pulls an orange out of his pocket and hands it to me. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need an orange right now. I don't know where that came from.
He
He got
really
the leaf.
nice.
He
but-
got the leaf blower out once and started. And we feel bad. We feel bad. We don't want to tell him, dude, just go away. We don't want to
Well,
be mean to
Take
him.
him for a ride.
He wants to help, but sometimes he like I was working on a 4:30, and he comes in, and I'm like busy, right? Like like if you're working and someone like comes in and interrupts your day while you're trying to work, it's kind of frustrating. So I'm like, all right, like what do you need, man? Like I'll help you out real quick. So I help him out. He has me do like 10 things for him, and like it takes forever because you're trying to communicate through like cannot understand each other.
Yep.
And so then finally figured it all out, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, thanks. I'm gonna go back to work now. And so I start putting like the wheels on the Ferrari, and he grabs a wheel and starts trying to put it on. And I'm like,
Dude,
no, put it down.
that's not
Do
good.
not get that wheel near that caliper, because
Oh,
if you
no.
scratch that caliper, I'm gonna be really pissed, dude.
Yep.
I'm like, no. I got it. It's okay. Thank you. And I'm like, thank you. Bye.
And then when he leaves, he walks so slow. It takes him 10 minutes to get to the end of the driveway.
Dude, he's like, oh, this is the worst part. He like tries to explain something to you. I'm like, I don't understand. And he just goes, and he stands there for like 7 minutes staring at you, like waiting for you to understand it. I'm like,
That's amazing.
Don
No.
Don is right. We need to get him in a video.
Yes.
I mean, look,
yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as neighbors go, you could have a lot worse than this guy. It sounds like
Oh,
he
he's
just, like,
fine. He's
you know what I
totally
mean?
harmless, and he's fine.
We're laughing about it because thankfully he's super chill,
Yeah,
whatever.
seems-
Like it just,
Oh, that's right. We do have the cameras. We could find some
true.
footage of him in the shop.
okay. Well, next time I have the camera out though, I'll try and sneak some video. I'll
You
just
think
like,
he wants to go for a ride?
oh God. No, I mean, I don't think he does. I think he has no interest in the cars.
Really?
Yeah, no, he doesn't care about the cars. He just he's coming over like almost every time he comes over, he's coming over to like borrow a tool or get help with something, right? And so
I've only helped him one time. The other times I'm like, "Do you need something?" And he's just like, I'm like, okay. And then he'll like open the toolbox and start going through the tools. I'm like, dude, can I help you with something?
Dude, you guys gotta start going to the temple and like doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be funny. I mean, yeah, we haven't even gone back there. I have no idea what it's like back there.
Yeah, you
All I
should.
know is that if you are at our shop on the weekend, that 75% of the cars coming down the road turn into our driveway thinking it's the temple.
Mm.
And then they pull up and then they realize it's not the temple and they back out, and which is funny because like we've actually been there on the weekends working on cars or whatever, and like we've got the doors open and there's cars all over the place, and they drive up and we're all like, next driveway.
If it's a Honda Odyssey or
Yeah.
like a Toyota Camry, we're like,
Yeah, it's always a Honda Odyssey. Like
Yep.
99%
I've seen
of them.
Honda Odysseys out there, and I've only been out
It's
there.
always a Honda Odyssey. It's always a Japanese car, 100%. And so you just, I mean, if someone pulls up into our shop and they're driving a Honda Odyssey, they're probably not there for us.
Gabe, we need to rent a Honda Odyssey the next time you're in town.
Yeah, I should. The only problem is I don't know exactly I don't know if it's Hindi or, because there's a lot of languages.
I'm guessing it is probably Hindi.
I should probably
Maybe
try
just
it.
ask him next time.
And he's got a cell phone, by the way. Because so I was working on whatever, and he saw me, and of course that's the thing. It's like as soon as you make eye contact with him, he's like a fly on a shit pile. He just comes over, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Ah, dang it, he saw me," and I'm like, because it's like I'm trying to work, I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to do some stuff, and I know every time he comes over, it's gonna cost me 20 minutes minimum.
Yep.
That's why when I see him coming, I'm like, Dan, your boy's here.
Yeah, go see Dan. Just direct him.
No. Anyway, so he caught me outside. I'm like, damn it. So he comes up, and all the construction stuff's going on, and so I'm like, oh, they're making a road, and like 5 minutes of trying to explain it, I'm like, yeah, there's a road. And so I pull up the website for the road, and I show it to him, like, here's where the road's going, and he has no apparent ability to read a map, because he looked at the map that clearly shows our road, the downtown neighborhood, area, where the new road's going, and he's like, oh, and he kept going, temple, and he'd point to the wrong spot, and I'm like, no, temple, and I'd point to the right spot, and he's like, temple, and I'm like, no, temple, right here, temple. This is the road. Here's our road. So I like hold it out. I'm like showing him, like, here's our road. This is our road. That's the new road. Here's the temple. I'm like, temple.
This is amazing.
Like, God.
How have we not talked about this dude yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're trying to raise $1 million according
He's
to
been
their
coming
website.
by for months.
are they really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
They won $1,008 from 1,008 people.
Who does?
What?
The temple. It's on their website.
$1,008.
Oh.
That's
They're
interesting.
not being
Look
shy
at their-
about it, huh?
Dude, we gotta. If he gets that $1 million, we gotta talk to him because we're doing something wrong.
Right?
This might just be a long con. He may know a lot more than you think.
Right? It might be. He might be just totally feigning all of this. He
I would
actually
be
speaks
careful with him.
perfect English,
know.
and he's just screwing with us.
Hold on. Okay, I thought it might have pictures. It just has a list of the people that are involved.
Yeah, there's
I
no
mean,
pictures
seriously,
of
you gotta
them.
be careful. Some guy just coming in randomly every week.
I was
He's
originally
things
looking
out.
up to see what
Hey,
language, but
He's casing our shop. That's why he's sneaking in. He's trying to figure
He's
out where
probably
all of that-
he's probably the president that they list on here.
Does it have pictures? I wonder if it's got.
No, it
pictures.
doesn't have pictures. I'm doing a search to see if I can find his picture.
yeah, he's gonna floor plan your cars for you. I like that.
Click here to
Oh,
pledge.
That's so good.
Oh, they actually have hours.
Yeah. Hindu. So yeah, Hindu.
Go to a,
Oh, they're gonna build a temple back there.
Oh, it's not there.
It says $1 million temple construction fundraising.
Temple of Supercars. Yeah, you need that as your name.
Yeah.
Well, we need $1,000 from 1,000 people. Let's do that.
I'm looking
like
at
that.
some of their. Now we're just trolling their website.
Yeah, I know.
Show Temple of Supercars, dude. We should have changed we should change the name of our shop. to Temple of Supercars.
We could use the same
That's
font
great.
they use on the sign for
Yeah.
the temple.
I'll just
Really confused
no
people.
road sign. One is Temple of Supercars. One is Temple of however you
Oh, yeah.
pronounce.
It's like pointing the right direction. That'd be cool. That's funny. Oh man.
He's
Oh.
gonna roll over with a fanny pack and unzip it, and then
All right.
point at one of the cars. It's gonna be full of cash.
They got some pictures of the
Hell
people
yeah.
there. I'm trying
they
to see if I
do?
can yeah. I'm trying to find the dude, our homeboy. Come on, where are you, bro? they got some other dude. That's not him.
Yeah, so he's clearly one of the people that lives there, right?
Yeah,
He must.
I mean,
he has to.
he
Okay.
has to live there. There's no way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure anyway. But it's anyway. It's he's harmless, but it is just.
It's a fantastic neighbor to have, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, he doesn't like care that we're doing whatever we're doing, making noise. I mean,
Yep.
at least at this point, I don't know if they build $1 million temple, they might be pissed off if we're doing burnouts and revving engines. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I talked about this. Oh, so the one day I think it was the day we got the S2000 back. And
Oh, look, the guy that bought it's in the chat.
oh,
Oh, nice.
nice!
Oh.
Here he is.
You
He's
made
a-
it home safe.
I'm assuming, yeah, must be made it home already. I would hope so.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we priced it too low, but that's okay.
Yeah, we did. We should have probably priced it another
But
$2,000. or
he
so.
did say that he wanted to possibly buy the 430 once it's converted.
Oh yeah, he just said saw the F430.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Nice.
I'm sure that made him feel good if you priced it too low.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, you know what? We made a little bit of money on it. We weren't looking to make a home run, so that's
Yep.
fine. You know. But yeah, the dude, when we bought the S2000, we get it home, and we were like, oh, let's go out grab some lunch in this thing. And Josh like, yeah, let me, let's take the S2000. Like, okay. So we dropped the
Oh,
top.
no, you
The temple dude happened to be coming up as we were like trying to leave. And so we're like, oh, like, so we talked to him for a little bit. And then he starts like leaving. And so we get in the S2000 and Josh comes out of our driveway. And the temple dude is like at the end of our driveway, like walking back to the temple. And Josh power slides the S2000 out of our driveway down the street, just like fishtailing all over the place.
My God.
I'm just thinking to myself, oh my god, that guy must think we were such assholes. Oh, it was so fun.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's actually how it works. We sell the like the quote unquote cheaper cars really cheap, so that you like come see the Ferraris and then you want to buy a Ferrari. It's like give you that
that checks
first
out.
hit free.
Yep. Definitely checks out.
Oh, look at the guy who we bought the
yeah.
funny. Small world. That's funny. Yes, he owned the 430 that we bought. He traded it in on the Lamborghini Super G. This stuff's going on right now, so that's cool.
That's how it is. It's a small world when you. It really. It's kind of weird. It's a
It
small
really
world.
is. Yeah.
I went to this on Tuesday. I was in Salt Lake City. I was looking at a car for somebody, and it was at the Ferrari dealer there in Salt Lake City. And Tyler, you'll appreciate this because the car that I was looking at was owned by the same guy that had that high mile Enzo that we met in Monterey.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he had two cars there for sale. And I was like, why is he selling these brand new cars? Like, what's up with that? He had an 812 GTS in there and a Lusso in the
Nice.
same spec, too, exact same spec. He's like, oh, he's got a comp coming. Like, okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
Yeah. Oh. Shucks.
oh, yeah. Oh darn! I gotta sell my $500,000 car so I can buy a $1.2 million car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
good stuff.
But
Yeah,
my point is that it's a small world. The supercar world is small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have
Everyone's
asked
playing
me.
the same game, just different levels, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, especially once you get to like the $1 million plus cars, it's a totally different game.
Oh yeah. Like a lot of people have asked me, like they don't get it, like coworkers or whatever. Like we don't get, like, why do you want the cars? Like I'm not a car person. And it's like, well, on top of the car, like it gets you a whole different group of friends. Like it opens the doors to conversations that you'll never get to have.
Well, it also for me anyway, it's provided a lot of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Just owning a Ferrari, owning
Yes.
my 360, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can 100% buying my Ferrari changed my entire life.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it changed my life more dramatically than almost anything else I've ever done in my life.
Yep.
It
changed
sounds
my
pretty
career.
wild to say that, especially to someone that doesn't really understand.
Yeah,
It's
but it's a fact.
crazy.
It's a fact. Like, I mean, because I've been into cars ever since I could drive. Before I could drive, right? I've been playing with cars and been a part of car culture, going to car shows, drag racing. I did so much drag racing, all that stuff, and of course, had a large network of friends. But like my career went one way, that was not related to cars, and so buying the Ferrari wasn't even intentional, but it changed where now I've changed my career. This is what I do for a living. I've reoriented my entire life around it.
Yep.
I mean, I'm more passionate about Ferraris than almost anything else in my entire life.
I'm glad we talked him out of a Gallardo.
We did
Yeah.
talk
Into
about
a
the
Ferrari.
Gallardo.
I mean, we could talk about this all night, but the Ferrari world is so much better than the Lamborghini world.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so. My camera is kind of there we go. It's especially in this area, I'm going to say there's a lot more stuff related to Ferrari going on. Like there's the Ferrari club. I joined the Lamborghini
think you
club.
go-
There was
Oh yeah.
nothing with it.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was crickets,
Hmm.
man. Like the Ferrari club here in Austin has 1 to 2 events per month, every month.
And it's really cool because it's the same group of people that go to all this stuff, so you get to know everybody, and it's just a lot. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Yep.
That being
So-
said, I feel like we would all do it even if that community didn't exist. Like we're still in it.
No, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, for sure.
It's just one of the
That's just
benefits
a
of
great
having
benefit.
the car. Yeah.
No.
No, what I like to tell people is that buying a Ferrari, it gives you license to optionally participate in the Ferrari culture if you want to.
Right.
Yep.
That's a good way to put it.
It's
Or-
it's
yeah.
optional, right? There's a lot of Ferrari owners who don't give a shit about it, and there's a lot of Ferrari owners who do.
Mhm.
And the cool thing, in my opinion, is that the Ferrari owners that participate in the Ferrari club events and whatever, they're usually like enthusiasts, right? They're not like, I bought a Ferrari because I got a bunch of money and I want to show off. They're like, I love cars. Let's talk about cars and do cool car stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Mhm.
they're usually pretty cool people. Anyway.
Yep.
Right. Oh, did you buy a watch to commemorate your Speedster purchase,
No,
Josh?
I didn't. No,
I
I should
should.
have though, but
Yeah.
I haven't bought any new watches in a while just because
Lord.
money's been a little bit tighter. So
Yep.
Yeah, you've. I would say you're up in. Is there much of a car culture in Michigan, Jocko? Or
I mean,
much
we
of a
met
Ferrari?
a couple of them, but I mean, that was there for a week, so I couldn't really say. But yeah, there's a little, but I don't know how active they are.
Yeah,
Not as active as here for sure.
I mean it's pretty active here. I mean, especially like the last few years, it's really, really gotten active.
Yep.
I mean, compared to like when I first bought my Ferrari and joined the FCA here in Austin, they did maybe 5 or 6 things a year, and now they're doing 24 plus.
Jeez.
well, and that's all mostly because of Bob, the president of the
yeah.
club. It's the president kind of has a lot of
Oh yeah.
say in all of that. So he's got the time and energy to do all that. But I think he's done after this year.
This is his last year.
Yeah. So we'll
Oh,
see what
shit.
happens after that.
I know. I'm scared. I
mean,
tell you,
usually there's a
whoever
vote, right?
was that.
Usually there's a vote, right? For the
Yeah,
next-
it's a vote thing, but I'll tell you the whoever takes his place is gonna have a hard time filling in those shoes, right?
Maybe you can start an FOC chapter out here.
Yeah, right.
Well, the Super G's a different story.
Yeah, yeah. The Super G is a different beast than a regular
yeah.
Gardo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I no faulting on that one. Like that's a pretty cool car. It's definitely special. 599 GTO or
Ooh.
Mercy SV.
Mm.
I would take the Mercy SV.
Really?
They're just so batshit.
I think the
Yeah.
SV's worth more money too. So I would take that and sell it and buy the GTO. Keep the extra money for a gated 430.
The
That's
GTO
what
is
I would
probably
do.
gonna need less engine outs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can't say that.
way more reliable.
Yeah.
That's true. On a reliability factor, that's true. The GTO would be
Yeah.
like leaps and bounds better.
Has anyone done a conversion on a GTO?
No, not that I'm aware of.
That would be kind of cool.
That'd be
It's
crazy.
it's gonna be complicated like the Scuds because
Oh, yeah.
it's the SF2 transmission,
Hmm.
and so it's not gonna have the same hardware and the same programming.
I'm wondering if you could just get a transmission from a regular 599 and throw it in there and do the conversion to make it
Well,
easier.
so it's not the
somehow.
transmission; it's the computers.
Oh, okay.
The SF1 and SF2.
I thought
you
they
know-
were mechanically a little different, like in
They
the
are.
in the shift box and everything.
No, the shift box is identical.
What's different about them?
They have like different synchros. It has different certain things about it that make it so it can shift faster.
Okay.
It's probably one of those that you wouldn't even want to convert. Kind of like the
I
Scud,
mean, yeah,
or the
personally, it's basically
Speciale.
take the Scud and make a GT, make a 599 a Scud, right? It's got the
Yeah.
same.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the
transmission as
Scud or
a
the Speciale, like they never come out quite as you want if you're converting or swapping them.
Yeah, I think converting a Scud is a terrible idea.
Speaking of Scuds, we were this close to buying probably the roughest, highest mileage Scud in the country.
It's so bad.
I told Dan I had to walk out of the room and I was like, buy it if you want, but I'm not putting my name on this one.
Really?
I should have bought it. I should have gone for it. Well, so here's the scoop. We found this Scud. It was on the wholesale market. It was coming up for auction, and it was rough. Like the diffuser had zip ties holding it on. It had paint damage on the front nose of the car, like it burned through the clear
It
coat.
looked like someone used a Scotch-Brite pad to buff it. It was
Oh.
terrible.
It had cracked bumpers. It had
It was like 42,000 miles.
it was 50 something or 49 something or
49, yeah, something. It was really high.
It's high miles, and it had an accident in its history and some other stuff. Anyway, it was rough, really rough, and so we're like, okay, like if we could get it cheap enough, we could clean it up a little bit and then sell it as a driver's car, right? Because someone out there would just flog this thing and have a blast, like cheapest Scud you could possibly buy. So we're like, okay, here's our limit. We're not going above this, right? So they put it up for auction, and they changed auctioneers right as they put it up for auction, and they started it at $100,000. And we were like, "What? Did he just say 100?" And so I'm like, bid, and I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, they screwed up the handoff. We're gonna restart the we're coming back to it. It's like stop the auction. They go to the next card. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, okay, and, like they have to know that that's not right. And like the company selling the car was like, we're gonna lose a ton of money. We got to start this one over. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, you are. so,
Yeah.
so anyway, like they go through like 5-6 other cars, and they come back finally to this car. And I'm like, oh, they're starting again. And they started back up at $100,000 again.
Oh shit.
And so I'm like about to click, but then everyone clicks because now everyone like so it jumps from 100 to 140 like instantaneously. I was like, whoa, okay, hold on. And so I'm like, okay. So then we start like being more strategic about the bidding. It slows down. It gets more real. And we're approaching our limit, and all of a sudden, Cario Motor Cars
Ah.
is the top bidder. And so they're top bidder, and I bid, and they instantly bid higher. So I know that they've got an auto bid, right? They've got a limit set, and it just automatically bids to
Oh,
their
please
limit.
tell me you upped what they paid.
So we're like, okay, we're only like 2,000 away from our limit. I'm gonna bid them up to our limit. So I did. I bid them up to our limit, and it hits it, and they still are auto bidding. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a gamble. I think their number is 10,000 higher than where we're at. So I'm gonna bid it up as far as I can and feel where I can feel comfortable, right? So I click it and it's like instant, and I'm like click, instant, click, instant, click, and I bid him up $7,000.
Yes.
I was like, dude, you need to stop because
And
one
Josh
time
was
you're
like,
gonna click it.
Stop
and
it! You already get it. And I'm like, no, they're still going, still going. So finally, I'm like, okay, fine. Like the Josh ear and like
Yep.
Josh bugging my ear. Finally, was like, okay. So
that's,
but I was like, yeah,
that's amazing.
I drove you up.
It ended up
$7,000.
selling for what? 157.
157.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I didn't want to go over 150 because we were like, dude, it needs $20,000-$30,000 in work
Yeah.
minimum, and it's got to be completely repainted. So it was
That's
just-
funny. I love it.
yeah, and our concern was it probably would only sell retail for like 175.
Fair enough.
That was my fear. So like, because that's what it should sell for retail, cleaned up. But I have a feeling. Watch Cario's website. I bet you that thing hits Cario's website.
I mean,
That
how
like-
do you advertise it with the paint like that? They're gonna have to fix that paint.
Wrap
That
it,
just
right?
makes them look bad.
I think they could wrap it.
True.
Yeah, I guess they could do a wrap on it.
I-
Yeah, and
I
that's
bet-
why you
yeah.
don't buy wrapped
You know what?
cars because
Yeah.
Matt.
They
I
won't
wonder
even
if a
dispose
Matt
it.
PPF would hide it.
I doubt it. Not that, dude. It looked
Yeah, it was
bad.
pretty bad.
It was bad.
Anyway, that was the excitement of the week.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I was proud of myself for that one.
Yep.
I was like, all right, how far can I push it?
That's good stuff. Little
I think
comeuppance feels good.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
it was funny too because like 2 minutes after the auction ended, someone messaged me and like, "Did you guys get it?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh man, I was watching that one," and they were like, "I was rooting for you." It's pretty funny. Anyway, man, no one's commented in.
Yeah,
Tyler, you got your car back, right?
I did. Someone asked that. Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Driving
Yep.
well?
Oh, it's better than ever. Yeah.
Nice.
Like
I
a whole new
definitely need new tires.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
But
my
otherwise,
God.
no more whatever you're dealing with.
Yep. It pulls good. I think we need to do an exhaust refresh video because after like 4 hours, of heating that exhaust up nonstop, it burbles and
Better.
pops and it's yeah.
Oh,
We need to do. We never did a flyby on it.
Yeah.
We
It
need to
was
do
late.
some flybys.
Yeah.
No, apparently it's not frozen. People are just not throwing out comments.
Yeah. It says we're live.
Now, either our story was so encapsulating that everyone was just like, "Wow, I don't even want to type," or they fell asleep.
Yep.
SF is back. I think new windshield. You cracked your windshield?
Oh no.
Daytona?
Just doing the McLaren things.
Yeah. Did you get a pit in it?
Yeah. Did you see
much
who was it? Oh, it was Shmee's video. The 750 he drove in Scottsdale had a cracked windscreen already.
It's embarrassing. I bet a
Jeez.
paint job on the Scud would be, if you wanted to keep the stripes, probably 30 grand
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, somewhere between 20 and 30. I'm gonna
Those
say.
are- those are
where do you
painted
find
stripes,
a place
right?
that you trust?
Yeah, the coolant leak is fixed on the GT40. I've driven it since that video, and so is the AC. The AC is working good. My God, the number of people who reamed me out for not putting a vacuum on the AC before filling it was,
I bet.
oh geez, you would have thought I shot their mother. Like, oh my God,
You
It's
shot
okay.
their ozone, Dan. That's the problem.
I mean, theoretically they're right, but yeah, it was a little
I mean, it's fine.
blown.
It's gonna be fine.
Is
Like,
it colder than it was?
It was a dry day. It wasn't
Yeah.
very humid out. It wasn't like it just rained, so it's not like there's a bunch of humidity in the system. I'm not
Yeah.
worried about it. Like,
It was a dry heat.
yeah. So I'm fine. Everyone's drinking in celebration of the 356.
I mean, yeah, I'll
need
drink
a-
to that.
God, I gotta get more beer. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Let's talk about PPF. Is it worth it for a normal daily? My folks just bought a new BMW, and we were going to PPF the front, and their insurance company said they would deny them coverage with PPF.
What?
What?
Never
What?
heard that before.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
anything,
yeah.
it would help insurance.
I put
be right.
PPF on Meg's car because I don't want the front of the car to get totally trashed. I wish
Yeah.
I'd put it on my truck. I totally screwed up not putting it on the front of my truck. I will never buy a new car and not put PPF on it immediately, like first thing.
You have
But
it
if
in
you
your
don't-
truck?
Yeah, if you don't care and you're not going to keep it, what does it matter?
Well, yeah. Well, but you realize you put it on the car. Let's say you get like a crappy PPF. You don't have to do a good job if it's a daily driver. Don't take it to Brad. No offense,
Yeah.
Brad. Brad's too good, right? Like,
Yeah.
even though Brad did do my wife's Mini, but he hooked me up. But like take it and get a crappy PPF, and then when you go to sell it, rip the PPF off.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
I would
think it's
I would
fresh.
not tell them it had a PPF. That's how you solve that problem. If they're calling it
Yeah.
a modification,
They're
They'll
saying it's
never
a
know.
Modification.
Why would you call insurance and tell them, "Oh yeah, I got a PPF"? Like,
No, you can't.
why would
can't-
you do that?
You can't PPF windshields because it's like plastic, and so it scratches too easily. So all it takes is the windshield wipers to pick up like one little grain of sand, and it's over.
So what do you get for windshields?
They have those tear-offs that you can get for windshields. Remember, I actually did a video with Brad. There was a company that Brad was trying to work with where they were going to do like a kind of like a PPF for windshields, but it's a different thing because PPF is like pliable, right?
yeah.
And to do a windshield, it's more rigid because it has to be more durable than a PPF because otherwise it scratches. And it was a bitch. It was a complete bitch to work with. And they even said, like, if you put that stuff on there, you really shouldn't use your windshield wipers.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I-
well, this is
I'm
kinda
going
dumb.
on. I put it on the 650, the Clear Shield stuff, before the tour last time,
Yeah.
and there's a few scratches in it, but nothing you see driving. So
It's still on it?
yeah, it's still on it.
I'd do that and then put a ceramic coating over it.
Yeah.
It-
Then you don't have to use your wipers. The water will just blow off.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Well, as
Runs
long as
off.
you're actually moving.
yeah. But it. I mean, Brad told me, he was like, if this lasts 3 months, it'll be lucky. But it was like, if it saves me $6,000 from the tour where multiple people have
Yeah.
gotten broken windshields, it's
Yeah, no,
worth
that's-
$600.
The big question would be if something was big enough to break a windshield, would it still break the windshield even with that on it?
I mean, it did get. I got 2 punctures all the way through, but it stopped it from hitting the glass. So would have it made star impacts if it
Yeah, it
wasn't
might have.
there? I don't know.
I would say it's certainly on a car that's got a really expensive windshield, like $5,000-$6,000 windshield. It's probably a reasonable idea to put something like that on if you're going to do a tour or whatever.
Yeah,
How much did it cost to put it on?
$600,
Oh
a
yeah,
tenth of the windshield.
yeah. That's
Plus,
worth
I'd have
it.
to go to a dealer to do it because it'd be the same problem you had with the 458, where
crazy.
Yeah,
no
no
one's
one-
gonna want to.
This stuff is marked up so much. I could get windshields done on like Toyotas and stuff for $200. A whole
Yeah.
windshield installed.
Do you still have that on
It's
your
just- and
McLaren,
it's-
by the way?
It's wild.
Do
I'm
I still
gonna
have
go
it?
get more beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it still on your windshield?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll leave
Does
it
it-
on until
How does it? Can you
Whatever.
tell it's on there? Like looking out the windshield when you're driving. Does it reflect the light in a weird way or anything like that?
It does. You don't notice it driving, but when you're sitting still, it does in spots look like one of those old windows from the 20s that the gravity's affecting the glass and it's a little wavy.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
there's a couple like parts where it distorts it, but once you're driving, you don't see it.
You don't notice it. Yeah.
Yes, insurance will cover a fry windshield. I can definitely claim that. I've done that. It sucked, but same old deductible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're insuring the car. They know what they're in for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely don't think you're using it. That's for sure. I know they definitely because insuring the McLaren is like as much as my daily driver, and it's like there's no mileage limits or anything. Like, nope, we know most of them are parked.
That's true. I mean, but that's true.
Yeah.
Most of the time, these cars are not really moving.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of insurance, my God, my homeowner's insurance went up
Really?
25%. I'm probably gonna have to start shopping for new homeowners insurance. The problem is, I've been with USAA for forever,
Yeah.
Really?
and they do all my insurance. They have my car, my personal property, my umbrella, my homeowners, my life insurance. So like,
Straight up tell them I'm leaving everything if you don't.
yeah, I mean,
My homeowners only went up 7%. Like it was less than $400 this increase this year.
how much is your homeowners?
Enough.
What's the first number?
4.
Jeez. Okay.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh,
How is
That doesn't make sense. Is that maybe because of the hailstorms by your place or something?
you got a
Because
claim?
I pay
Yeah.
half that.
That's why.
Well, I also I'm insuring it for actual replacement value today, not what the house is worth.
Hmm.
So I'm over insuring it by like $400,000. So
Oh, what's your insured value?
talk about that not on.
Yeah. Sorry. My God,
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a big house.
Fuck
And
up.
there's
He has a
pool,
big house. Yeah.
it is.
half acre. Yeah, I mean,
For one person, I mean, it's pretty big.
It's a huge house for one person.
Oh, one person, one dog.
one dog. Yeah,
Yeah, oh, that's true. Your dog's got to have like its own 2,000 square feet.
absolutely.
Yeah. How much is home insurance in Austin? A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
I think
lot.
it's a lot everywhere. It's not just
Yeah.
here.
I just can't believe it went up 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like,
It-
what?
It's for a much. I mean, this house is bigger in different ways, but smaller in other ways. My insurance in New Mexico is $1,700 a year.
Wow.
For roughly the same size house, different heated square foot, but
That's crazy.
yeah. So it's a lot
Oh.
here. It's high.
Jock, we don't even want to get into property taxes, Jock.
Oh God, yeah,
Yeah, property taxes. Just,
yeah. No thanks.
But anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I might shop around because I know I'm fine with like my auto insurance has always been higher.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's an insurance that you actually might use sort of occasionally, versus like homeowners. It's like I've made one claim on homeowners, and that was a roof from hail.
Yep.
And that was like, I don't know, 8 years ago or something, right? So that's pretty much the only thing that would happen is either my like roof replacement because of hail or a tornado tore my entire house down.
Yeah.
Short of that, like I'm not making a claim,
Yep.
So
And that's where I don't want to be the person making a GoFundMe because I didn't insure my house properly when a tornado comes through.
yeah,
Because the day I moved in, a tornado was a mile away. So
yeah, it's true.
yeah.
It's true. Well, you're
Good
wasting
times.
time. Concentrate on making more money. I'm trying to concentrate on making more money.
Fred's got a point.
Yeah.
There's no limit to how much money you can make, but there's a limit to
True.
how much you can cut, right?
Yeah.
Teach us, Fred.
Fred's a big baller.
Yeah, he is.
True.
Have a master class, Fred.
Well,
The Big Baller Masterclass. That would be awesome.
I can
We'll
just
host
see.
it. We'll host it at the Stub.
Yeah. It's like, all right, guys, here's how you make the money.
Magic Loop.
I think Jocko's in. You'd have a few paying customers here.
I mean, $1,008, right? We need 1,008 people.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's not a pyramid scheme, we promise.
Oh man. No, we definitely have some things we need to do, improve the business this year. We got to focus more on selling some cars. We've been discussing all sorts of stuff. I don't know. I guess we could talk about some of these things that we've talked about that we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
One of them is just like the sales side of the parts business is interesting because we haven't been able to spend as much time on that as we'd like. It decreased by almost 50% last year. So it's like, okay. And I'm like, probably most that's because the YouTube channel has been kind of doing not as good as it used to. But is it also partly because like we're not spending time making it look better? We're not spending time trying to market it on other platforms. I don't know. So we've talked about like, do we bring in someone to help us with that? Do we just keep it as is? I don't know, because it's hard to say. It's one of those where it's like, I don't know if someone spent a ton of effort on it, would it ever make a ton of money? You know, because it is a limited market. You're talking about selling aftermarket parts to primarily Ferraris.
Yep.
So one thing we did do is, since it's just Josh and I running it now, is we got rid of anything not Ferrari.
All right.
The other thing we've done is we've effectively fired every company unless it's a company that we really trust and believe in. So you'll notice like I actually went through and deleted it went from like 1,500 products on the system to now I think we're down to below 500.
Oh wow.
So I deleted over 1,000 products off the system.
Do you know if are people coming and then not shopping, or are you trying to get more people to come?
To the website?
Yeah,
But sorry.
Tyler.
Nice. Ha.
I had to. Sorry, Gabe.
Sorry, convert. No, yeah, is there a problem when they're getting to your site?
They don't get to the site because of like the site traffic is down for sure.
Okay.
And the problem is that the vast majority of the site traffic came from YouTube.
Okay.
So that was our thing, is like we spent our energy on YouTube as a marketing platform versus these others, because I tried Google AdWords, Facebook ads, all these other things, spent tens of thousands of dollars on it, and maybe made like $1,000 in sales or $2,000 in sales. And it was like, this is dumb. Like, I'm not losing, like 10-1 versus I can make a YouTube video and I get paid to make the YouTube video, and it drives 10 times more volume.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
I think about the that conversation we had with Josh, where he's talking about the OnlyFans girl that just don't ever give people what they want. It's like, how do you apply that in car YouTube?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
True. I don't know. Yeah. How do you cock block the money shot for cars?
Yeah, it's kind of you have to show the car to have a car channel. Like,
yeah, I don't know, and because that's the problem is like I think it's a different concept, right? Like if the video leaves you wanting more, are you just gonna be frustrated, or are you gonna hit subscribe?
yeah.
Well, part of the problem too is our target market. We're a niche market. What we're doing,
Yeah.
It's only so many people out there that are going to buy a Ferrari exhaust or whatever.
Yeah. We definitely do need bikini chicks for the thumbnails.
If you know anyone.
Yeah. I legit reached out to our friend whose wife is in the modeling industry and was like, "Hey, does your wife know anyone that wants to do some crappy modeling for us?"
Some stepmom content.
I'm not opposed to it. Mark your prices up 20% and then offer 15% site-wide sale. Here's the really difficult part about selling the parts we sell is they all of the companies we work with have a map.
Yeah.
So we have to advertise at the map price or higher, which why would you ever advertise it higher? Because then no one's going to buy from you. They're just going to go somewhere else. So that's the hard part is like, there's nothing we're really selling on our website that someone else isn't selling on some other website. So the reason people buy from us is because well, not the reason, but a lot of people buy from us because they see our videos and they like us and they want to support us. And
Be right back.
we've tried our best to offer 10% off or some sort of discount to make it that we are usually the cheapest or at least tied for the cheapest on the market. So I don't know.
Yep. Are you still thinking about doing giveaways that aren't necessarily swag giveaways, or car giveaways, where you were talking about maybe a trip to Texas for a rally or something?
I'm okay with the idea of doing that. I don't know if that is exciting enough to get people to buy stuff.
Fair.
So if you look at it's interesting because you look at the YouTubers that do giveaways, right? And it's pretty much like buy our merch and you could win a car or something like that. That's the most common one, really.
Yeah. Buy
our merch, get a car. And we're not in anywhere near a position to offer something that's that exciting, right? So it's like, is a trip out to Austin to come do a drive with us exciting enough to motivate someone to buy a t-shirt?
I mean,
I don't
F1
know.
tickets? I don't know. Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know if I can afford that.
Not good tickets. Come on.
Okay, GA.
Yeah. $400. Come on.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, someone asked about the Howard before. Yeah, Dan's still a member. I assume you're in the chat still. So
Yeah.
do a trip to the Howard and have fun.
Yeah. No.
Come and drive a supercar. That's a different story.
The problem is then you're having a liability, right? You're
Yeah.
opening up to the public to potentially risk a very expensive asset.
Well, that's tricky.
So it's tough because if someone's got good driving experience, okay, sure, I'm okay with that. But it's like some rando who's like, yeah, the most powerful car I ever drove is my Toyota Camry. I'm like, I don't know.
Yep.
Can we not start with the F12? I don't want to die.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to put my foot down on an F12.
Yeah, you gotta work your way up to that.
Fred,
yeah. I don't want to make money. I just do it all for fun. It's right. I wish. It's so fun dealing with all the downsides of the business. Geez, Hamilton Collection is opening up his collection for drives, $1,000 for 30 minutes.
Wow.
That seems pretty expensive.
Yeah.
For anyone?
what cars does he have?
He's got a crazy collection.
Yeah.
If I could drive an Enzo or something, I might consider that, or an SP3 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like Pagani or something, I'd
Something
never
crazy,
otherwise drive. Yeah, but like
Depends.
Ferrari,
where
like
you're
a
driving it.
430. No.
Yeah, you have to be crazy to do that.
Jump in a pool and make $500. Oh God, that
Line's open. Donate now.
right? How to lose
We need
money?
$1,000 from 1,000 people.
You keep going back to this.
I don't know. We got to come up with something. So like, okay, so we've got the parts side of the business. We're trying to figure out what to do with that. The dealership side of the business is honestly much more of our focus because it only takes a couple of cars to sell to make us more in profit than all of the other business combined. So it's really more of that's more of our focus. So on that side of it, it's like, how do we grow that part of the business? Why are we always bagging on the Camry? It's like the default car.
I don't have a problem with the Camry.
Which it's because it's such a good car. Like truly.
Right.
When people who are non-car people are like, oh, you're into cars. What car should I get my whatever, my niece or some shit? I'm like, buy him a Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
Like it's cheap and it's reliable and it takes zero maintenance. Yeah. That is why we're always bagging on it, because it's so good. I don't think the Ford Taurus is as good as the Camry.
Well, I
not
think
at all.
the Ford Taurus is so bad that nobody even wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
I had one and it sucked.
Yeah. I mean, Honda Civic is up there, but Civics are too expensive. Or the Accord, if you're really fancy.
Yeah, the fancy kids in college had the Accord. It's like, hello.
The Accord SE.
Dude,
Yeah.
we had an Accord in my family. It was an 88 Honda Accord. It was carbureted and it had the flip up lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
I think Fred wants you to say F you. there you go.
There you go.
I had a scratch.
He's been working on it.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about that thing that you're talking about, Fred. So I ignored it if you didn't notice. Because I don't want to talk about it.
It was
There
a
you go.
passive
Fred's
F
happy
you.
now. Fred's
Yeah.
happy.
I'm not drunk at all. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get Angry Dan. Sorry. 2 beers does not equal Drunk Dan. Especially because I actually ate dinner tonight, so no. Oh yeah, that carbon fiber plate is definitely 5 horsepower
Oh yeah. Yeah.
at least. Yeah. Anyway, so we got to figure out how to do better videos, more parts, more cars for sale. That's basically the plan.
Yeah. mean,
We're
you're
not
pretty-
we're not going to Amelia Island. It's too much money, not enough ROI.
Yeah.
We just have too much other stuff to do, like to leave for a week or something.
Mhm. Well, and also we're trying to plan out now. We're committed to doing the tour this year, so that's that's going to take an entire week of our time away from focused on being running the business stuff. So I mean, yes, there is the just for fun part of it, but that's really like our business is not at the point yet where we have like FU money to just throw at fun projects. Like we got to really, because that's to have both Josh and I fly out there, stay at a hotel, rent a car, all that stuff. You're probably talking $5,000 to $10,000 minimum, right? So that's a lot of money to just throw at something just for fun.
To make $300 on YouTube ad
Yeah.
revenue.
Oh, it will maybe
I know. That was being
being generous.
optimistic. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's
You could
the
ask
battle.
you could ask your boy Biden about the student loans.
Yeah.
Got him.
We don't talk about politics, Josh. We're at 5 people committed for the tour of Colorado.
Tocolo.
Yeah, I should say 5 people have put deposits or paid. There's, I think, 7 people that have actually committed.
I threw my $5 at the camera last week.
That doesn't count.
All right, damn it.
I need a check.
I know. You should have seen the check I had to write to get this back. So,
You told me.
yeah,
I
I need another paycheck to come in before I.
understood. Yeah,
Could have bought a Camry.
that sounds good.
A couple of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
Speaking
to
of the
Supercar
tour,
ownership.
I have to. So those of you that have watched this regularly and saw us talking last week, I need to have an update and an apology because I screwed up.
Uh-oh.
So I initially said the tour was going to be $10,000, and my spreadsheet was missing a column,
Don't say
or I should say,
zero.
it was not summing a column correctly, and it missed one of the days of the tour, and so it was off by a lot of money. So I had to increase the price to $11,000. So I apologize about that. So the tour is $11,000 for an RSVP, is an additional $3,000 to bring a guest. So if it's you plus a guest, it's $14,000. Again, that's all inclusive, as far as food, drinks, hotel, whatever, not including gasoline.
Our open bar for a week.
Yeah.
If that's
And
your
it gets
thing.
used. Tell you what,
Oh yes, my alcohol bill is impressive.
prep your
Slightly.
liver.
So it's the 22nd to the 28th, right?
Or 28 or 29, I can't remember. It's Sunday to Sunday.
Sunday to Sunday. Okay.
Yep. I actually,
Oh, 29th.
do I have an overlay thing?
Because it's not on the website, right?
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, I added it to the website. If you go to ngsc.me/NGS tour, I can actually, whoops, no. Here, I'll edit it real quick. I'll throw it in.
You're gonna make it harder for me to not pay you for another 20 days, Dan.
Sorry. There. Okay.
Yeah, that's about all $50 will get you. I think Fred's right there.
There. Okay, go there. Yes. So you can, if you're interested in participating, you can RSVP through the website and pay your deposit, which is 25, or it's $3,000. So, about 25%. But the remaining balance has to be paid with a check or wire. And if you pay the $3,000 to the website, I am going to hit you for that 3% when you pay the check later, because our margin is very narrow for us to make. Our goal was, when I talked to having the wife let us do this, is you better make money this time, because we basically have broke even or lost money every year. In fact, I think last year we maybe still lost money, or it came very close. So yes. No, you cannot come with the Camry. Unfortunately, it will not keep up.
You can
mean, you
try.
can get laughed at.
You can come, but it's double.
See you later on day one, right?
Right. Well, just be like, here's the map. Have fun. We'll see you when we get to the next place.
Yeah. You don't get lunch. You don't get, all the stops. You just see us at the destination.
I actually think you should bring the 812.
Oh,
I agree.
yeah.
It still fits. It's still
The
comfortable.
Lusso would be pretty nice and comfy though. Well, the
It's
F12
comfy,
or
but-
the 812 is comfy too, I guess.
I would
Yeah.
take that.
Put the
Yeah.
Klein on the Lusso. Come on. Creative solutions.
It's 4 nights at the condos.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. 5.
Oh, so it's just Manitou Springs at the first night and the last night, and everything in between is the
Telluride.
one condo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
big
was
pimpin',
the response. The reason we did that this time is every time we go to Telluride, everyone's just like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest place on earth."
Okay.
And so we've talked to everyone, and they're like, "Why don't we just stay here the whole time?" And so then
Yeah.
I was like, Maybe we should.
I mean,
'Cause
castle's
that's a
no
lot-
longer an option.
Yeah.
Castles, right? No longer an option.
Right. The castle's gone, which was
Yeah.
really cool. So that kind of eliminated that. And so I was like, well, it certainly makes the logistics a lot easier for me. So yeah, and then also then we're not like having to pack our crap and shove it in our cars and haul it around.
That will be nice. Yeah.
So like you could just unpack your car, and even simple stuff like having the car wash people. Now they don't have to go drive around and follow us and try and get
They-
set up. And
They can just get high in Telluride all week. They're gonna love
dude,
it.
yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
There's that many out and backs from Telluride.
There's enough. I mean, so so the plan is day one, Manitou to Telluride. Basically same route we used to go to Ridgeway, but instead of going to Ridgeway, you will turn right and go up and over the pass into Telluride. So it'll be like 30 minutes longer drive than Ridgeway. So whatever, no
It's
big
not
deal.
bad. Yeah.
Then the next day, I thought about it, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the $1 million highway, but we're gonna do it backwards.
Mm.
So we've never gone the route, that direction. So we'll go Durango, whatever, around back, and then we'll head north through $1 million highway, and then back over into Telluride. And then on Wednesday, we're gonna do the Jeeps again because I think people enjoyed that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's just pretty.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most beautiful part of the whole thing, right? Like when you get up in those mountains and you just park the Jeep, and like having the lunch in that bowl that we were in last year was like, oh my
Oh,
god.
those pictures are
Where'd you get
incredible.
these?
Yeah, that was just amazing to just sit there and be like, holy crap. Like,
That's cool.
yeah. So then we'll do Jeeps Wednesday. Thursday will be the canyon run. So instead of
And start collecting.
after you finish the canyon, instead of making
That's
that
cool.
left and heading towards Aspen, you just keep going south.
And brush your teeth.
And then on Friday, this will be totally different. And this is part of the reason why we're spending it Sunday,
Oh yeah.
is that Friday we're going to actually participate in the Autumn Classic drive.
Yeah.
So,
In
and then
Telluride.
Saturday, Telluride back to Manitou. I'm going to see if we can do Independence Pass, but that might be too long of a drive. It might make it like a 8+ hour drive.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Nice.
But there you go. So that's kind of the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Here's the bowl we ate lunch in on the 4-wheel drive.
Where is it?
Oh, when we stopped at that bowl to have lunch,
Oh, that was
Yeah.
cool.
that was amazing.
That was last year
Yeah.
or the last tour.
hmm
Not
That
the
was
one
so
that I
cool.
was on, right?
You didn't go last time, 22, right?
No, I went to the 21.
Yeah. Yeah, you went. You were in the first time we did the Jeeps.
Oh yeah, it was the second tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time we did the Jeep, second tour. Yep.
Yep.
Because no one wanted to
Yeah.
go, so it was all of us got to drive. It was great.
Yeah, it was only like 5 people that went. And we had 5 Jeeps. So I was like, okay, let's all take a Jeep. So whatever. But the link here. Where is it? There.
And
there's
hopefully
one.
the weather's good enough we can do Black Bear Pass this year. Because
Doubt it.
maybe
I don't think we should.
Oh, it'd be a bad idea regardless, but
I mean, that's.
it'd be fun
What's
to
that?
do.
Was it like a week or something before that? Like some car rolled, like, and
Yeah.
people got killed. Like,
The famous video of the Jeep rolling down Black Bear Pass was like a week before the first time we did it. Yeah.
yeah, we're like, it's probably not a good idea.
Oh, and I think it was either last year where we didn't do it, or that other year some tourist people tried to go down instead of up because it's a one-way road,
Yeah,
and then they crashed and died. It's like, God.
On the off-road Jeeps.
yeah.
Yeah, on Black Bear Pass.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a crazy
legit.
road.
It's legit stuff. Like these
Oh,
are
yeah.
not like. Don't do these. No, especially
Did
in a
you
rental.
do them, Josh? Did you do the Jeeps
Mm-hmm.
last year? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. It was fun.
Yep.
the Jeeps are fun. I mean, it's so pretty. That was. I mean, honestly, that's. I think the most beautiful scenery because it's just like you're just out there in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing around, and
Mhm.
it is pretty cool. But anyway, there you go. That's the tour. $11,000 for an RSVP, an additional $3,000 to bring someone. We already have one person who said that they would share rooms if you wanted to split. So it'd be $6,500 each.
Yeah.
And we don't care if if you want to split it, we don't care. Like, it's not a problem of how many cars are coming because it doesn't really change the cost that much. I guess it increases the cost a little bit to have an extra car, but it's not enough that I'm going to charge you for it. So there you go.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned we don't pay for gas. We also don't pay for weed.
You do have to say that. It's Colorado.
I gotta say that because there was lots of it consumed, and it's fine. Fine, but we're not paying for it, okay?
Wow.
So you can get high all you want after we're done driving.
After the drives.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool, great. Have your brownie or gummies or whatever. I don't care. Don't smoke in the nice hotels, please.
Yeah.
That's on you if you get charged with a smoke cleanup fee or whatever. Because no pole dancers, no strippers.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't done that.
All right, pay for food, drinks, including alcohol, and hotels. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
There.
You have to pay to get there, to anything you damage on your car, gas, and extracurricular activities.
Yeah. We never
That bag
killed
is
anyone.
very loud, Judge.
Jeez, yeah, that bag.
Was
is,
it?
It's
Oh my god.
deafening.
Is it right by your mic?
No, it's not. That's why I'm wondering why. I wonder if it. Let me see.
Those headphones like prioritize stupid sounds like that.
Must be.
Yeah, it's in my headphones. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh.
It's It's like way over there on the table.
Do I partake in the devil's lettuce in Colorado?
Oh my god.
No, I don't do pot because my body does not like pot. It does very bad things to me. I don't care. I have no aversion to it. I actually wish that I liked pot and that it worked well with me, but it does not. Me and pot,
Maybe
like
you
that.
just haven't had the right kind yet.
I don't want to find out after that experience. That was enough. That was a one and done thing, man. I was like, okay, yeah, nope, never doing that again.
I had a
Nope.
bad experience with tequila once, but I still drink it.
Yeah. I think everyone's had a bad experience with tequila. I had a lot of bad experience with Jägermeister back in the
Oh,
day.
God.
Oh
yeah.
God! Don't get me
Goldschlager.
started on.
Southern Comfort.
Did you ever do the Goldschlager and the Jaeger mixed together?
Ooh,
We call
oh,
that a starry.
God.
We call that a starry night.
Oh, no.
Night?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No, that sounds horrifying. Oof. No.
I did. Yeah. That it
No,
has so much sugar in it. You just get sick.
Well, there's
the
also
hangover's terrible.
what's that crap that you put in the freezer? It's red. And it's like cinnamon. And it kind of is like fire. It's like
Fireball?
Fireball?
Not a fireball, but it's something like
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
some cheap ass shit if it's dyed red. That's all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's not.
40.
The worst thing about that is when you puke, you think you're bleeding.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Never heard of
You're not. You're not. It's okay. Yeah.
Crazy horse malt liquor 40s. No.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Edward 40 Hands. Yeah.
Yeah. Edward 40 Hands did that in college.
Yeah.
That was dumb as hell.
There will be some shotgunning on the tour. There's got to be this year.
I'll do.
Oh,
I'll do
dude,
another one with you, Tyler.
Cutwater. Cutwater.
Yeah. Oh,
We're gonna-
no, that'd be terrible.
God. Well, no,
Shotgun
not
of
shotgun,
13%.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know,
The-
Tyler. You know what we should do is we should bring a beer bong this time.
Oh, God.
God.
No, because they get infected and people get sick. That's
Oh.
Dude, I've done
Bad
so
idea.
many in my day.
Bad
I never
idea.
got sick,
I knew
and they
some
were
of, like-
probably pretty nasty. I would think.
Yeah, I knew some people that got sick in college.
You want to
and
be
it's
able to
like,
return to the condo next
Yeah.
year.
True.
I want to be able to drive every day. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
exactly. That's the
alright.
problem is the hangovers.
Bad
You do
idea.
have to get up pretty early to be able to like get
Yeah.
out and get the whole road in while it's light.
I mean, sure, we can do some beer bongs. Let's do it. Whatever.
Although being there for what 4 or 5 days, that's probably gonna incentivize people to be like, I don't need to go out tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I have a feeling that was the theory behind the Jeep day.
Yeah.
Is that like, okay, you get kind of schnockered on Tuesday, and then Wednesday's kind of chilled out. Like, okay, let's go on a Jeep and just take it easy, and the day wraps up earlier in the day, so you can kind of like. But
Yeah.
it used to be the worst night was the castle. My
Oh.
God,
God, yeah.
that I mean, whoa, we were drunk.
There was a lot of wine. Every room came with a bottle, and then we drank the rest of the
The
bottles.
last tour, it was Aspen, because that was Cutwater night.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what was that, like speakeasy down in the basement?
Wow, that was so cool.
Yeah. That was cool.
Oh my God! And we closed it out. And apparently they cut me off, and I didn't know it. One said they cut me off, and I was like, "What? I wasn't even that
Really? I
drunk."
don't remember that.
I don't remember that, but it's par for the course. I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
the living room in that condo looked like a war zone with all the empties littered around. Like it was like 3
man.
trash bags to clean.
I was hungover all day. That was awesome. It was very fun.
Yeah. we had a
Anyway,
good time.
that's what happens on the tour. You have a lot of fun. It's good.
Yep. We need to get sponsored by what is that? Z-Biotics. Reach out to them and get a sponsorship.
What's that?
It's like a
Is that-
pre-drink thing that stops hangovers.
No.
Apparently, I don't know. I see it
No.
on YouTube all the time.
I've
one of
never
the-
tried something like that. Does it actually work? Have you tried it before?
Yeah, I tried it before or during GABF last year, and it worked.
Really?
Yeah. You still feel like you've been drinking, but you're not hungover. Like
Wow.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
what was it called?
Z-Biotics.
Well, maybe we can find one of those places that like does the IV. You know?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Every morning in the condos, everyone gets their IV.
Oh my god.
I'm sure they're in Telluride. They have to be.
I'm sure they are. Dude, that's one of those things that I'm like, if you need an IV after a night of drinking, that's a problem. Like that is a really bad thing. Like,
hey Dan,
no.
my buddy just texted me and said that the liquor you were thinking of is called Aftershock.
Yes,
Oh
yes, that is it.
no.
Aftershock. Oh
Yeah.
my God, we
Never
used
heard
to
of it.
drink so much Aftershock. It was horrible. I don't know what was wrong with me. See,
Did you guys ever do the alcoholic energy drinks that the can looked like a battery?
Yep.
What, Four Loco?
What was that called?
I mean, it was around Four Loco time because they all got banned.
Four
right?
Loco was like, remember that was going ape shit, and then
Yeah, that went
didn't
crazy.
they get
when I was in
screwed
high
into
school.
oblivion or something?
They're back now, but there's no caffeine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that just seems like a bad idea.
Spark.
yeah.
Spark.
Uppers and
That's
downers.
the one I used to have.
Spark?
Spark.
I haven't heard of that
Yeah,
one.
we do
Jeez.
drink like 2 or 3 Sparks before we go out.
Oh, man.
Oh, college.
There's a time and a place for everything, and it's called college. All right.
Oh,
Actually,
there
it
it
was
is. He
also called
remembered.
COVID.
He remembered.
Sparks.
Oh shit.
Just get a port installed every night. Just, like, oh, it's time to drink. Hook up my IV. Oh my God. Bud Light would sponsor us. No. They would be like, y'all are way too drunk for us.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to be sponsored by Bud Light.
Miller
Yeah,
only.
Miller. No Bud.
Come on, Miller. We're a Texas YouTube channel.
I know.
Right up your alley. Drinking and driving. It's all
Anyway.
good.
Ship us
I
a
guess
few
I'll put
kegs
that
and we're
back
good.
up one more time. If you're interested, you can read here. There's
Fred might be going. We got to talk
Is
him
he?
into it.
he's not gonna go.
If
I
we
know.
publicly shame him enough, he will.
No, he won't. I know Fred. He's not gonna go.
All right, F you, Fred. Come on.
Yeah, what the hell? No. He won't go. Which is it's on him. Hey, I
Think
get
about
it.
Damn.
Fair
But
enough.
if you want to learn more about the tour, it's got some of our old videos on it. I actually watched them the other day, and I found it very motivating to want to do the tour again.
Yep.
It's going to be very fun. Yeah, September 22nd through 28 or 9, Sunday. If you want to participate, reach out to us, because we don't let people participate without talking to them first, because I don't want any incidents or people not understanding what they're getting into. So we like to have a phone conversation with these people.
Yep.
It is a very tight-knit group, so it's a small group, and I can tell you that everyone who participated in the last tour still chats on the WhatsApp group chat to this day. So that's 2 years later, they're still chatting.
Yep.
Regularly. So anyway, that's it. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Cheers.
See you guys later.
Bye.
You guys.